We have the first fact. Israel is not just committing war crimes, it's committing crimes against humanity, which are among the most odious crimes, the most awful crimes under international law. And Human Rights Watch says it's committing them. And if it's an illegal annexation, the Israelis have no rights whatsoever in East Jerusalem. They have no rights whatsoever in Gaza. They have no right, and let me emphasize it, they have no right of self-defense. They only have one right, one right. They have the right to leave, to pack up their bags and leave. The process did not end in 1948 when Israel was created. The process continues day in and day out and day in and day out of Israel's systematic, methodical confiscation, theft. Let's call it by its actual word, theft of Palestinian land. And what you're seeing now, a microcosm, and it really is just a microcosm of this systematic, methodical theft and robbery of Palestinian land. If your fellow citizens, so to speak, are coming under assault by these land robbers and land thieves, you have every right to join in to resist it. Remember, what is Gaza? 70% of the people of Gaza, 70% of the people of Gaza are refugees and descendants of refugees. So they understand in their hearts, in their souls, what's happening to East Jerusalem, because it happened to them 73 years ago. The same thing. They were evicted from their homes, to use the language of international law. They were forcibly transferred out of their homeland. And for them, when they see East Jerusalem, they see what befell them 73 years ago and its aftermath, namely the refugee existence. So, are you going to tell me that when they see happening to their fellow Palestinians in East Jerusalem, what happened to them, that they have no right to show solidarity, that they have no right to resist alongside these refugees to be? No, no. If you have a wall built in New York City and they curve the wall to keep out Harlem because there are too many Black people, but keep in Central Park because it's a lot of land, and quote unquote empty land, building this wall with one goal, to keep their Jewish majority. They want that Jewish majority and they want all the land, but they don't want the people. They just want their Jewish majority and the land. That's the story of Israel. This state has gone too far. It's gone too far. It's become a crackpot state, a lunatic state. That is the population of Israel, like it or not. Don't tell me they are a handful of fanatics. Don't tell me they're a handful of crazies. No. You saw it on YouTube. You saw it live. That is Israel. That is the real Israel. Pyromaniacs, land thieves, land robbers, and Jewish supremacists, not my word, B'Tselem, the main Israel human rights organization in the occupied Palestinian territories, it issued a position paper a few weeks ago. My guess is, unlike the Trump administration, they're probably not pouring kerosene on the fire. They're probably quietly telling the Israelis, don't evict that family in Sheikh Jarrah. Don't do it. We're in a period of transition. And now the most important thing is to hope and pray that a credible leadership among the Palestinians will emerge, a credible organization will emerge, and that they will hammer out a series of demands, and we'll see what they are.